We're back. FOO-OLOGY podcast. It's June 18th, 2025. I'm here with the homie Eddie.
We're here with cigars. If you take a look on the video aspect, I mean, you guys should, if you guys are listening to audio, you guys should tap into the YouTube, because a lot of people be liking the YouTube a lot. We'll hit up different spots and this and that, but right now the difference in audio quality, because we have the new mics. The homie Martin just upgrade the whole setup, man.
We both did, my boy.
And we're just putting in that work little by little, man. But the video aspect is gonna be pretty chill. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for continuing to support us. And man, I got a lot of good feedback. Really good feedback. And people, man, they're waiting for the next episode.
I know. I told you, bro. Like from the get go, bro. Like people can't wait till you have those people that they can't wait till they see the next show, episode, whatever, bro. Like I told you, there's always those people that they love your energy, bro. They love
that's a fact, right?
The video you put out, the advice we give out. They love all that, and we see a lot of that nowadays, bro. Too. Like I told you, bro. Back some time ago, that people love. They have that person that they can't wait to see another video, and that's us right now, bro. Like
that's true.
There's people that. Thank you for those people too. We really appreciate you. Like I think I told everyone. I told you, bro. Like if I see you at a bar, bro, I'll buy you a drink and shit, bro.
Damn.
You know?
Well, tell the people about that. Don't you play soccer? And then some dude came up to you.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, like some guy that I play soccer with. He plays he's a striker. As I play a striker forward, and he was like, "Oh, I seen you somewhere," and I'm like, "Oh, for real?" So he's like, "Yeah, I think I seen your podcast," and I'm like, "Oh, for real?" Yeah, bro. Like I started tripping out. I was like, "Oh man!" Like the algorithm was like it popped on my phone, and then I was like, "No way!" He was like, "Yeah, dude. Like I love what you guys say. You guys have good energy. I love your advice, and it changes my mind, like how I think now." And then I'm just like, "Damn, that's pretty damn cool, bro." Because we're doing it for the people, bro. La raza, way.
There you go.
So we're doing it for so people could understand how life is and how people are, bro, in general. And the more, it's like having a big brother, bro. And we're telling you how it is, basically, raw and straightforward, bro. Like most of all my friends are like, they'll tell me the truth, bro. Like right there in your face. They're not gonna sugarcoat nothing, bro. They're gonna tell you how it is. Either you like it or you don't. But if you don't like it, bro, that changes your life, bro. Because they give you good advice and you could switch it up. Be like, "Oh, I'm doing this thing wrong." It's like if you're doing a job, someone tells you like, "Hey, you're doing it wrong," and then you have another guy be telling you, "Oh, you're doing it right," but you're doing the job wrong. But the guy doesn't want to tell you that you're doing it wrong, maybe because he's jealous. He's fucking
that's what you gotta be aware of too, you know.
Yeah, and then we have like I have a lot of friends that'll be straight up telling me straightforward, bro. Like, "Hey, you're doing this wrong, bro. You need to do this and that." And then I'm like, "Man, damn, this guy is right." So, yeah, bro, that's pretty crazy, bro. That
that's
we
crazy,
have
man.
that, yeah, like he knows. And so when I be at the gym too, bro, like. I'm not even kidding, bro. I think yesterday too, like some guy was just looking at me, and I was with one of the homies, bro, and some dude was looking at me, bro, like if I owed him money or some shit, bro, like straight up. And I was like, maybe like I don't know if I looked that ripped or some shit, bro. But I was like, why is this fool looking at me? And it was like an older dude, bro. Like he was probably like 45. And he just kept looking at me like if he saw me somewhere. And then I was just like, why is this fool looking at me? But I didn't tell him anything too. But you know, if you guys recognize us, you guys could straight up come up to us. Like
say whatever you want.
Don't be shy, bro. Like, you know, like we don't really give a fuck.
There's a lot of times where you're thinking about like, bro, like they're looking at you like a different way. I'm like, it kind of in your mind, you're like, holy shit, what's going on here? But it's been recent too. It's a very recent thing. I don't know what it is, but we have a lot of clips popping off. We have a lot of clips that randomly they pop off. Like even our old clips. That's what they say about the algorithm. Like for some game for a lot of you who want to make shit, a lot of our old clips that didn't have that many views, they're just pop off randomly. And right now we have a clip in the past 2 days from this date that we're filming the episode. It had to do with the Mexicans and the cowboy culture shit. The John Wayne, the fucking Clint Eastwood. Yeah. And then, bro, the biggest haters are actually the same fucking Mexicans, supporters? Bro. No, the other Mexicans who think they're Republican. Yeah. It's like, they're like, oh, bro, you're lying, this and that. And I'm like, bro, the history is a history. It's like, bro, I provided the facts right there for you, bro. Just look at the history, bro.
Yeah, they're like,
but they're hating on it for I don't know why. I honestly, I don't even know how you can even hate on it, bro. Because it's like I'm providing a new way of looking at history, or a way that's more authentic. Because when the history we're taught in school is not the real truth. There's a lot of stuff that gets erased and gets, they take another spin on it. But like,
you're what's that word? Exacerbating them, bro.
They're exacerbating. Yeah, there you go, right? Man. They're making it worse, or actually worse for us and better for them, basically.
Yeah, but like I told you before, bro. Like you're never gonna have those. You're never gonna satisfy everybody, bro.
There you go.
There's always two sides of the coin, bro. Like heads or tails, bro. Damn. Even if you say the right thing, there's always gonna be those two sides, bro. Like people are with you and the people are not with you, bro. And they're like, oh, you're wrong for doing this and that. But at the same time, you're trying to, this is like freedom of speech, bro. You're giving out your message, not their message, bro. Why don't they do it? If they want to do some shit, let them do it, bro.
Exactly, bro. That's a good point. That we got the same people that are in the comments that are the ones that are like, well, not to just focus on the hate. The hate is
better for us, bro. Like
it's good, but
I love haters. Keep coming.
At the same time, we have a lot of people that are been supporting since day one. A lot of random people, not people that we even know. Just like they're just supporting us.
I love those people.
A lot of people. Shout out to them.
I'll cook for them one
shout
time.
Shout out to the homie. He sends me reels all the time on the Foo-ology page. His name is Bird Street. Shout out to him,
he is, bro.
I don't know who he is.
Shout out to that fool.
He keeps sending it. He's been supporting us since day one. So shout out to this guy.
Straight up homie, bro.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Cool ass fool, dude.
And then the other dudes, there's been haters since day one that keep hating on every clip. They just keep coming back.
I love it.
It's pretty good though.
We love it, bro. We love it.
But yeah, so that brings me back to this next point of like you said, you can't please anybody. Like
you never please everybody, bro.
A lot of people who like the Dodgers and all this kind of stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah,
we're not from LA, but I mean, this is a big story right now, and the Dodgers have a bad history with the raza. Actually, even though Mexicans support the Dodgers? Mexicans support the Dodgers a lot, it's not like the Dodgers actually have a bad history with Mexicans.
Damn, no way, bro.
They do,
and I think it'd be like more Chicanos that would love the Dodgers, you know?
Yeah, that's what they say. They there's a trend of all these dudes going to Dodger games, and actually they make it a date. There's like a dating aspect to the Dodger games.
No way, for reals? Damn.
Yeah, there's certain sections you sit if you're single, and they're like,
no way, for reals?
Yeah. They have a whole setup for you to go date at the Dodger games, because I think on TikTok it's like famous. Like they're like, oh, I need to find my man. Like girls are like, I need to find my man on the Dodger game. And I need to find the perfect man. And they're like, oh, yeah, this is the perfect fan. So they're marketing towards Mexican Americans or whoever goes to those games for that reason. But they're not supporting the cause. Because what was the story that was going on?
Oh, wow, bro. Yeah, it's I think her name is Naza.
Oh, Nessa.
Nessa. I think she's Colombian. She's half Colombian, half Dominican. And She sung the national anthem, bro, in Spanish, and it was sung back then in 1945, and everybody was cool with it, but they told her, I think she told them ahead, hey, I'm gonna sing this in Spanish if that's cool. It's gonna be the same meaning, and you know, I don't know if it was who the fuck it was, but they're like, they come back to her and they're like, you know what? I don't think that's whatever. I'm just paraphrasing right now. It's like, it's not a good idea. You just want to do it like say it in English, and then she sung it in Spanish, bro. And if you see the clip, and I think it's probably gonna be one of her like highest clip. It has like 7.7 right now at this moment, million views, bro. And it's gonna be probably like the highest view,
7.7 million. Holy
million,
shit.
yeah. And it's probably gonna be her highest views ever, bro. Or not ever, but you know, just right now. But she what I love about her, she still did. I got the chills, bro, when she finished the national anthem, bro, in Spanish, and she stepped back and she kind of like cried a little bit, bro. I got the chills, bro. I was like, it's like people always telling you what to do, and I told them fuck you, bro. Like I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Like this is my choice, not your choice. You hired me, and I do what I want to do. You know, it's like an actor, bro. If you hire an actor, he puts his picture or his video image, whatever, like the script, he'll put it in his mind and he'll think what he wants to do. You don't tell him what to do, bro. So
damn,
yeah, straight up,
like a fact right
straight
there.
up like that, bro. And she just did it anyways, bro. And she got she got banned from the Dodger Stadium. And bro, why would you even do that, bro? Like if you invited her to do that and she even told you, hey, can I, and you know they weren't cool with it, why aren't you cool with it? If there's I don't know anything about baseball. I don't even like baseball, but I used to root for the Dodgers, but I'm gonna change teams now. Fuck that, you know. I ain't fucking with the Dodgers anymore, bro. Shit, I'll be the San Diego Padres or some shit. I don't even know, bro. But yeah, I don't even like baseball in general. But that made me not even like them anymore, bro. Like worse, fuck them. But
that's crazy, bro.
But yeah, so yeah, they banned her and all that shit. And after all this backlash, I'm sure they're gonna email her back, bro. Like, oh, we're sorry. Yeah, we're okay with this now because all the media attention that she's getting, bro. Like, I follow her when she has like she had like 365K. Now it's like 377K, bro. So, bro, I feel like
she got a shitload of followers like
yeah,
right away, huh?
I feel like when you do something, I don't even think it's drastic, but something like out of your hand that you feel like you need to do, but there's a big thing looking at you, like a big, supposedly you got all these opportunities, people tend to bend because they're like, man, this opportunity will never come back. And people that are 100, bro, and they stand for what they stand, they'll never bend, and they'll be like, I'm gonna do it my way, I don't care how big you are, and they still do it. They get more following than ever, bro. That's what happened with Joe Rogan too when he was talking about the COVID, bro. Like, you guys should take this, you guys should take that, and I was taking horse dewormer shit, and he got a lot of backlash. CNN like changed his color of his skin, that he was going like he was yellow and shit, and he was just trying to tell the truth. And after that, bro, I think he said he got like 2 more million followers that month, bro, that week or some shit.
For real?
Like more, yeah. And when now I feel like if you stand for the truth, bro, people are gonna follow you more, bro. And it's that's why you never bend too, bro. Like if you're not a sellout, bro. You're not a sellout. If you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this for what I stand for, and I feel like this is right, man, just do it, man. Fuck whatever. Fuck all the fame. Fuck the money. If you stand for what you stand, you're gonna grow regardless of that, bro. Like people will still mess with you ever. Like they'll mess with you no matter what, bro.
That's true.
I follow her now. I don't even know any of her. Like I know she's a musician now, bro. Like I didn't even know that. But, like I thought she was just a model because she's pretty fine, bro. You know. But not just because of that, but she just stand for like what she was representing, bro, and what she felt was good for her at the time. And I like those kind of people, bro. Like it could be Netflix or any of these big all these Hulu, all these fucking Prime Video, bro. Like they could tell you like, hey, I don't want you to do this, and you're like, you know what? This is my movie. I'm contracted already. I'll do what I want to do because it makes me feel like this is the truth, bro. And if you put it out like that, bro, man, you're a straight up G, bro. Because look at this, bro. Name me 70, not 70, but name me 7 million fucking billionaires or millionaires 70 years ago, bro. Like, they're all selfish. They all did it by themselves. But name me even like 70, not even 70, bro. Name me one fucking real ass dude that changed the humanity for being real, bro. Even though he got killed and shit, bro. You know? You can name me one that changed people's lives because of what he stand for and what he felt was right. And you always remember, those are legends, bro. They're legends.
That's true.
And you always remember that person like, man, this guy didn't buy out with all these other fucking clowns in Hollywood or this media shit. He did it because he knew it was right for the people, and he stood for what he wanted to stand for, no matter what the costs were, even if it cost them their life, bro. Those, man, bro,
that's a fact right
those
there.
people live forever, and they're gonna still live forever, even though we go to World War III and shit, bro. You know?
Damn, man.
But yeah, man, those people, man, my heart, bro. I love people that just stand for like
real
ass people. They don't care, fool. They don't care about no fucking money. They don't care about no fame. Even though if you're real as fuck, all that shit comes, bro. It comes naturally. Wait, if you're meant to be, it's meant to be, bro. Like straight up, I believe that shit. And you're being a fake ass fool. Yeah, you'll get that, but look at that. It'll fade down quick, bro. Quick.
That's a fact.
And we seen that with all these fucking YouTubers, these fucking TikTokers, Instagrammers. They'd be popping for a whole month, and after that, they just die, bro. And people don't give a fuck about them anymore. What do? You stole my money. That's a good legacy to go through there, bro. Like, yeah. And what happened to all that money? It just gone, bro. Like, you know,
That's
you don't. And I wouldn't live. Man, if I scam someone like that bad, bro, I don't know if I would feel comfortable because I'd be like, man, I scammed this guy. This guy had his last penny, and I'm over here like trying to celebrate at that moment. I'm at whatever the fuck where I'm at, and this guy has no money, and he's been working all his life or whatever, like 9 to 5 jobs, bro. And these fools don't even get paid as much, and you just screwed them over, man. How does that make you feel? But all these fools out here, bro, they be doing that shit. They don't give a fuck about people, bro.
That's a fact right there,
and
man.
I think that's why people fuck with us, bro, because we're the fucking truth, bro. We don't give a fuck about fool. If you want to follow us, you can. If you want to buy our shit, you can. We're going to get some more shit out, bro. We got some stickers out right now.
There you go. You see a sticker right there on the...
There you go, Foo-ology. You could buy it. You don't have to buy it. We don't really give a fuck, bro. We'll still make it no matter what, bro.
We'll figure it out, bro.
We'll figure it out, bro. We're going to figure it out no matter fucking what, bro. But our message is always like for the people, bro. That's why we started it in the first place. It's like I talked about it in the beginning of the episode. We're here to change people's lives, bro. Change their mind. It's like a big brother that you didn't have, give out good messages. Because also too, bro, when I was a youngster too, bro, I ran into some bad, some bad shit, bro. Like, god damn, bro, I was a straight up delinquent, bro. Like,
yeah,
man. Yeah, you have any memories of you doing some shit, bro? Or what, buddy?
Yeah, man.
Damn, what's up with that, man?
Man, well, for me, when I was a kid, I would get in trouble a lot, but I was always the more so the one in the back, like, because I would be in detention a lot. Like, by the time I graduated, I had to do a bunch of community service to fucking graduate, bro. Yeah, because I had a shitload of just little delinquencies. Nothing crazy. I was never like the craziest, worst kid, but I would click with the people who were, the same knuckleheads, because you guys are all click together, like we talked about, the birds of a feather. But
that's a good video too, bro.
Yeah, we'd all click, and we'd all just be up to no good in that way. And obviously it didn't help us. It didn't really help us at the time, but looking back at it, that's always been my personality. My personality is like, man, I never really I was always pretty rebellious in that way, bro. And
Yeah.
and yeah, I remember certain moments though that kind of like kept me from going beyond, like going too bad, because I knew some kids that would go crazy, bro. Like there's kids that I would kick it with, and then they would just be on the other side, and then I was like, damn,
That's too much for me.
what ended up happening with those guys is that they actually had really bad home lives. But me, I never really had a bad home life. Like I've always been pretty chill. I just like never listened to nobody, bro. Like that was my shit, bro. Like my shit's like, not that I didn't have any really anger in me. I just like, bro, like I don't listen to anybody, what anybody says. And that was my downfall basically at that age. Like I'm like, man, I don't trust anybody, or I don't believe you. I don't believe any teacher, any fucking school counselor, any bullshit.
At what age did you start to think like that, bro?
Man, like middle school probably it started.
13?
I think the worst,
14?
you know what? I think the worst humans I've seen is in middle school, bro.
Damn, that's where it goes hands out, bro.
Because I think that's when they're trying to figure out like how to be bad. I've seen some horrible shit in middle school, and I think it's because it's that young mind. They don't know how to, they don't know how far to go, and sometimes they go too far, bro. And I think that's
a fact too, bro.
They've made some I've seen teachers retire based off the classes. I had a teacher who was a history teacher, and we just had a bunch of. He had a sick ass class of knucklehead, and this guy, he just would try his hardest to
put him on track.
To put him on track, and then he just gave up at a certain point in time, and then the next year he retired. Like he just
that's too much.
It was too much for him because we just didn't listen.
Damn,
and it's like, man, I think that's kind of what I relate to. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's
the way of life, bro.
That's the way of life. Yeah. Like, and also that's the attitude too, because it's like school in a certain way it tries to break you as a person. Like school wants to break you, put you into place, and
you got to be there at that time, or else you're tardy.
And if you got to follow the rules, or else
it's like you're in prison.
Yeah, like basically like that, like a factory worker. Like school makes good workers, but if you're a different type of person, like even if you're creative, like you're obviously creative. I figured out I'm naturally creative.
Yeah, you are.
And then it's like, bro, that creativity, it doesn't help you in school. Like, which is funny too, because they don't want creativity. They want just people who follow the rules, get good grades. Normal. Yeah, get good grades, show up on time, and then, bro, you got straight A's, you're good. Like, oh, here's your good job. And then it's like, holy shit. Like everybody else who doesn't have that, it's like, you're fucked, bro. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you're not useful. It's just like you have to find your real purpose. And I think that's a blessing too, because, you know, it's a blessing. You find the real truth in life. You find the real taste of life. Because a lot of people who think that they are living and they're just getting by, but they never really felt that real life energy, you know?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because it's like more like following the rules, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have to be like this because I want to be normalized like everybody else. I have to follow the rules. Like,
yeah,
I can't do nothing different because I'll feel like I'm out of space. Like I'll be awkward. I'm a weird fool if I do something else, bro. And I've always been that kind of dude too. I never like followed the rules as well. Damn, I was a delinquent ass kid, bro.
What's the story that you got, bro?
Damn, bro. One that I have, bro. Like I had I have my dad, bro. Thank God I still have him, man. I love that fool to death, bro. But
there you go.
But yeah, bro. Like I remember, bro. Like one time, man, I must have been like 14, 13. I was I think you ever seen that one movie like I forgot. He does fucking delinquent ass shit. It's like some dude, white dude with the red hair way. He does like, it looks like almost like Home Alone shit, but
fucking Dennis the Menace.
Yeah. Damn, bro. I'll be Dennis the Rodrigo right there.
Dennis the Rodriguez.
Fuck, bro. Some shit, bro. Like, fuck, bro. Like, I was like that, man. Like, straight up, that movie, that was me right there, bro. I was a fucking horrible kid, bro. And you know what? I learned my lesson, though. But, yeah, one time, bro, I remember man, and it's also too to have good role models that the they'll make you decide not decide, but they'll tell you the truth.
They like
bro.
influence you a bit.
Yeah, like they tell you like, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that, right? So one time I was out here, bro. Like I'd be liking BMX bikes, bro. At my age, I was like 13, 14, whatever, and I seen some dudes. Man, I'm like, man, these guys have really good BMX bikes. Like these Haros. That's the bike. You know the bike brand I had. I really liked back then. They're called Haros or whatever the fuck. And then I seen their bikes, and they're like, they just leave it right there in the front yard. And I'm like, man, damn, they look really nice right now, you know. So
yeah, they
like,
look good to me.
So yeah, they look good to me, and I'm like, hey, fool, you know what, man, let's go take those bikes right now, you know. they'd be nice to ride on, bro. And I did that shit, bro. Damn, I stole the bikes, bro. I stole their bikes, my boy. I stole their bikes, and then long story short, we're not all perfect. We all make mistakes too, bro. I was a youngster too. Long story short, my dad goes in the backyard. He sees all these nice ass bikes, bro, and he knows they're expensive, bro, because just the way they look, they're pretty pricey too. He goes up to me. He's like, "Hey, where do you get these bikes?" And he was like, I told him, bro. I was like, "Fuck." My friend gave them to me. Like
yeah,
he's like,
off
what?
a truck. They fell off a truck.
He's a sponsor, bro. He got sponsored, and he was like, nah, bro, your friends did not give you these bikes. There's like 4 bikes right there, bro. Like perfect with pegs and all them, nice ass bikes, bro. And then he was nice ass tires too, or wheels, whatever. And then he was like, all right, take me where your friend gave you these bikes. And then I was like, damn, bro. I started sweating. I was like, fuck.
They
And
got me.
He got me. My straight up dad, bro. That fool. Good ass, honest ass dude. Really is one that I know too, bro. Like he will not fuck. He doesn't care about nothing, bro. Like no money or that shit, bro. He'll do the right thing no matter what, bro. That's probably I learned that shit from my boy. But anyways, now, right? But yeah, 4 years ago. But so I go back, bro. We go back, and then I'm like, man, I think this fool for sure caught me, bro. He caught me. I can't lie to him anymore. You know, he already knows. Like he's like, I mean, these bikes are hella pricey, and he thinks that one of my friends gave them to me, and it's all a lie. So I'm like, all right, you know what? All right, this is where I think he had a truck, right? He was like, all right, you're gonna tell me where you got these bikes. And we're driving, bro. And then I'm like, fuck. Close to my intermediate school, bro. I went to Ralston Intermediate in Garden Grove, bro. And then Chapman and some shit. But we're driving there, bro, and I'm like, fuck, this was gonna fucking kill me right now. So we go back, and then long story short, supposedly, right? But anyways, I'm like, oh, we got it right here. This is the house, bro. Damn. So we didn't take the bikes out yet, but my dad, like, he was like, this is the house? I was like, yeah, that's a house right there. All right. He was like, all right, you're going to come with me right now. He grabs me, bro. And then I'm walking towards the house, right? He knocks on the door. And then I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get ripped right now, bro. And then some white dude answers the door, bro. Like, he opens the door, right? And he was like, oh, can I help you? And he was like, hey, and then my dad, like, he didn't speak as fluent, but he was like, you tell him, I want to see if this guy's gave you the bike. I was like, oh, but I already told my dad, like, I stole the bikes, bro. He was like, I didn't know how to tell him, bro. Like, I was shocked, bro. I was like, sorry, I think we took your bikes, or like, I try to say it nice, bro. Like, I think we stole your bikes. I didn't tell him.
I think we took
yeah,
your
like,
bike.
something like that, bro. Like, you know, like I try to say
to,
nice,
like,
bro.
lay
Yeah,
lower,
like not too criminal, right?
Yeah.
He was like, and he was shocked, bro. He's like, what? He was like, yeah, we have your bikes. The bikes we stole. It was like 2 of them or 3 of them.
3 bikes?
Yeah, it was my cousin and some other.
Damn,
yeah,
you did a heist.
Yeah, and what do you call it? And the next, he was like, what kind of bikes were they? And then I'm like, oh, they're right here. My dad has them in the back of his truck. And then like he was like, oh, he walks over and he's like, those are my bikes. He's like, why the hell did you steal them, bro? He's like, I did a police report on them. They have the serial code number. So if you would have got caught, you would have gone to jail. You would have gone to prison.
Damn.
Like he straight up went like that, hams out.
So you just, like,
I
scaring
understand.
you a bit?
Yeah, I understand, And then he was like, look at your dad right now. I remember that shit, bro. He's like, look at your dad right now. He's like, this guy is an honest man. I'm going to shake his hand. I'm not going to shake your hand. You're going to learn from this guy. This guy is, you're lucky you have a dad like this. Because a lot of dads aren't a role model like he is right now.
Damn.
Like straight up like that,
That's
bro.
a good moment right
chill,
there.
Bro. And then the dude just shook my dad's hand. The white dude just shook that fool's hand, bro. Like, and then my dad was disappointed, bro. Like,
damn.
that fool was hella disappointed, bro. Like, fuck, bro. Damn. That's a good ass dad, bro. That's a good ass dad. But
that's a good moment, bro.
And then when I got home, he gave me that good belt, bro.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah. My grandma was hurting on that one, bro.
That reminds me of a good. That actually, I'm gonna have to.
Shit,
I'm gonna have to, because that reminds me of that good story too. But that's one of those learning moments too. And you don't really realize it in the moment. You have to realize it maybe years later, probably.
Yeah, years
where
later
it sinks in more deeper.
Exactly.
And maybe even when you're older, it'll probably sink in probably deeper than that. That's what I think happens with a lot of these things too.
Yeah, because there's a lot of youngsters out here that they have good dads, bro, but it doesn't get to them till like, a couple years later. It could be a month later, a week later, whatever. But for me, it took years later, bro. And then
wait, let's take a quick pause on that.
All right, for sure. Took a little break.
Took a little break. Yeah. Basically, I forgot where we left off, but I think we're talking about your dad's story about the bike rob. And that reminds me of another story, because those stories kind of they do influence you a lot, especially as a kid. And I remember a story that I had when I was a kid that influenced me a lot, which was I think I remember it was at a gas station right here. Like, it's nearby, but it was like at a gas station. And I know that my dad got gas or whatever, and then that the guy gave him change, and he gave him a certain amount of change back, but it was more change than he got more change in return. And he's like, no, this is more than it is. And so he gave it back to the guy. He's like, no, this is yours. And I remember even as a kid,
gave it back to him.
Yeah, even as a kid, like that memory for me, I was like, oh, for whatever reason, that stuck in my mind.
How old
I didn't
were
even
you,
know
bro?
what it was. Like, I was probably like for sure, like 5th grade, 4th grade, like small kid. But I noticed that moment. I was like, oh, he gave it back. Like in my mind, I'm like, just take it, But that moment stuck in my head, and I'm like, okay, so that means something. But like I said, like what we were talking about, like back in the
honest ass dude, bro.
Those stories, the stories that we tell each other, it's like you realize like those moments mean more in the future than they do in the moment, but they stick in your mind. And eventually it hits, like, oh shit, that actually kind of affected me in a way, like the way I process life. And there's moments in my life where I've got more change and I give it back too. The person at the cash register is like, they're like kind of shocked, because usually people don't do that. Mm-hmm. And
exactly,
it's just pretty interesting how that works. But yeah, that's what they say about kids. They say kids don't really care about what you say, but they notice what you do.
Damn, that's true.
So a child will pick up everything you do. It doesn't matter what you tell the child, but they'll go based off what you do. So you got to realize that, and I think that's what I experienced in that moment. But yeah, that's a really interesting story, I guess. But I've had other stories like that, like you said, like where I remember I wanted to steal some Yu-Gi-Oh cards from a kid, bro. Like this was back in the day,
bro.
Yeah,
Take me to my link, bro. Man, I used to steal that shit too, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like, bro, we had a game plan. We had like all these we had like these Asian dudes that had money and they would play Yu-Gi-Oh cards in elementary, bro. We would round up like a whole circle, bro, and they all be like battling whatever the fuck. So I told one of my boys, bro, I was like, "Hey, push me, and I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna mess up all their games, and I'm gonna steal whatever I can, bro." Like, so I did that, bro. And then, I mean, now I feel bad, I'm like, man, I should have done that. But it worked at the time because I was like, man, I got a blue-eyed dragon because we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
That was like one of the best cards. Yu-Gi-Oh! Blue-eyed dragon, bro. I got that dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I got sent to the principal's office and they're like, did you steal this guy's card? I'm like, no, I didn't. And they let me loose because they didn't have no proof, bro. And then, I mean, I feel really bad, bro. Nowadays, like, now talking about it, I'm like, man, this guy, his dad probably buy shit too, but at the same time, it's like kind of bad, bro. Like, you shouldn't be doing that shit in the first place, bro. And then one of my good homies, he was like, hey, bro, like, man, don't be doing that shit, bro. Like, just work for your shit, bro. Everything will line up if you do everything right. And it's true, bro. It's true. Because no matter how good you are at stealing, bro, no matter how good of a scammer you are,
you always get caught.
You're always going to get caught, bro.
At some point, huh?
At some point, you're going to get caught. No matter how good you are, you could be the master, bro. A master always gets caught one time, bro. That one time just ruin your whole life right there, bro.
Damn. That makes sense.
Like all these fools robbing banks, whatever the fuck. And you could be a master at that shit, fool. But you get addicted to it because, I mean, it's fast money. You think it's easy. I'm going to do this again. It's going to be the same way. Nah, bro. Like, it's different, bro. Like, you always get caught, bro. That's what I realized. You do some shit, you're going to get caught one time, bro. At least one time. And it sucks too, but, that's the reality of it, bro. That's the universe telling you, like, hey, do something else, bro, because this ain't going to work.
Damn.
That's it right there, bro.
But that's true, man. And, no, but I had that moment too. With the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I remember I think I was in like second grade, third grade, and it was a moment when the Yu-Gi-Oh movie came out, and the Yu-Gi-Oh movie was like the biggest movie, and everybody had their Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all this kind of stuff, and I was like, man, I used to live with. Obviously, I live with being Mexican. You live with all your cousins and everything like that. Well, a lot of times, and then you're like, oh man, I'm gonna steal this shit and I'm gonna show my cousin. I'm gonna go take it home and I'm gonna be like, oh man, I got my new Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah, you wanna like
you wanna show off. And then I was like, okay. And I was like, oh yeah, let me borrow your cards and then I'll bring them back the next day or or whatever. And then what happened? This kid let me borrow his cards, and then the next day he's like, oh, where's my card at? I was like, oh man, I'll give it to you next day, bro. And then the next day turned to the next day. The next day turned to the next day, and eventually I was just bullshitting him. But then after like a week or two, I showed my dad. I'm like, hey, look at these cards I got. I was like, look,
this was like, damn, where do you?
I stole them from this kid. I literally said it like that, like an idiot, bro. I'm like, bro, I stole this from this kid.
Just being honest, bro. Yeah,
yeah, like just a little kid, bro. I'm like, yeah, I took them from. And the kid was like, and then and then my the kid was like asking every day, like, where's my cards at? Like, oh, just bring them back the next day. And I'm like, nah, like, I let somebody borrow them or some shit, like making up bullshit, And then basically one day came along, and then I showed my dad, like, hey, look, I took it from this kid and I stole it from him. And then he looked at it just 1 second, and I don't know why in my kid mind I thought that. They're gonna be like, oh, that's so cool. Like I thought my dad was gonna be like, oh, that's the coolest thing ever. But he was like, bro, what are you doing? Just give him back. But like straight like that, like very simple,
Yeah.
Like to him, I would imagine it was a very simple thing to say, like, hey, just give him back to the kid. Like, what are you doing?
Damn.
But for me, I was like, oh shit, like I probably did something wrong in that moment. So in that moment, it clicked for me. I'm like, oh shit, like he's right. I guess I just give him back. So next day, I just gave him back to the kid. And then I was like, after that, I like never took anything ever again from no kids. And that was like in second grade. But it's just that moment that struck with me. I'm like, oh, he is like, there's something wrong here. There's something that doesn't make sense. Just the casualness of it is like, just give him back to a full like that casual response. I was like, oh shit, like it just gave me like a little bit of a weird vibe. And then from then on, I never had that urge to take.
Materialistic things don't really last, bro. Like it's at the moment you're like, oh man, I have the latest Gucci fucking shoes, Gucci shirt, Louis Vuitton, my nuts fucking pants, bro. Like, oh yeah, I'm cool at this moment, but it fades out, bro. Like, I always thought it was good to invest in yourself. Like all that money, whatever the fuck you make, whatever, it don't even matter about money, bro. Just invest in yourself at all times, bro. Like if you have a little business or a little thing going on, just invest in yourself, bro. Because that's ultimately the best goal you can have, bro. Because nobody else is gonna invest in you. If you think about it, people don't give a fuck about you nowadays, bro.
That's a fact.
It been not like that, bro. You think these CEOs, bro? Bro, I just had recently my dad's manager, bro. He was a manager at this company, right? And they made like they make like steel bombs, steel shit for like government and shit, bro. These fools fucking fired this fool. The first he was like, oh, I'm going to Mexico. I'm gonna take a little break. My mom died. This fool didn't show up. This fool didn't show up for like 3 weeks. Something happened, bro. Literally, this fool just told me this shit yesterday, bro. And they fired his ass, bro. They're like, hey,
they fired your dad?
No, not my dad, bro. Like the manager way.
Oh, okay.
My dad's manager where he used to work at the time, right? They fired that fool and he was a manager, bro. And that goes to show you how much these companies love everybody about it, bro. You'll be replaced in a second. And he was a fucking supervisor. Manager, supervisor. I think he was a manager, but yeah, bro, like, and then I was like, I hope my dad get this good job over here. I helped him get a job, bro. And he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna tell you." He told his friend, "My come on, work over here." That's how my dad is, bro. He's like, "If you help me out, I'm gonna help you out, bro. Why not, bro? And I always thought of the same thing too, bro.
All right, we're back. We were talking about, I think, some personal stories, but I think we lost a little bit of track where we were coming from. But anyways, I think we got some new topics with, I came across this post. This is more of a like conspiracy, like alien, spiritual type post. Back in the day, we talked about it before a little bit, but we'll just go into it a little bit more. There was this in the Vietnam War, they had red goggles, bro. They had these goggles on. They had night vision goggles, right? So they issued the soldiers. This is how the story goes, right? They issued the soldiers night vision goggles, and these night vision goggles were tinted red. I don't know if you ever played video games or anything like that, but usually they're green tinted, right? If you do night vision, it usually looks green through the lens. But for whatever reason, they had the first generation of night vision was red. So you look out into night, it was all red colored. But what they said was with these red colored glasses or lenses, these soldiers or these Marines or whatever, they would see weird things in the nighttime, or they would see weird things in the battlefield. So they would see, I don't know, whatever chemical they had with the goggles, but this chemical allowed them to see in another dimension.
Dimension, yeah.
Like, so they would see these sort of reptilian-like beings, like floating over the battlefield and like in the trees. And it would freak them out, bro. Because
Damn, that's crazy.
they would be in the helicopters and they'll be seeing these things flying next to them, and they'll be like, "Holy shit, this is the." And so the story goes that since then, that's why they changed the night vision goggles from red to green, because these guys, they would just keep seeing these things in the middle of the battlefields. And that goes back to the thing you said about the Monsters Inc., like the spiritual warfare. Like there are spirits out there that feed off of that energy of fear and pain. And a lot of these cultures around the world, they say it's like, oh, it's all like reptilian beings. And but this is a funny story about Vietnam, that they had these experiences, and then they spoke about it, but they changed the night vision goggles to green after that, and they stopped seeing those things. But that's one of the stories. I have another story about Vietnam, which is
That's crazy, bro. Why do you think they changed the green from red, bro? Because they started seeing like random spirits out of maybe somewhere.
Yeah.
They probably thought the radiation was like different, huh?
I think
they're
so.
like-
It has to do with the frequency, because every color has a frequency to it. So when you see these different colors, they have a different vibe to them. But red is usually, they say red is one of the most intense colors. So
Damn.
I mean, maybe they're seeing much more than that, like with that color in particular, because red is a very intense color. Like red is the color of blood. You know, it's the color of the, and even in the chakras, the root chakra is the color red. So that's like the survival mode chakra. So it's like,
Yep.
who knows? Who knows
Yep.
what ties in there?
Yeah, because I know if you like drive a red car or a yellow car, it's more like it stands out more, and the cops will arrest you more, bro. They won't arrest you, but they'll give you a ticket more, because out of all the cars, people usually get a white car, a black car. But if you drive like a red or a yellow car, it stands out more, bro. And I think that also too, that goes back in like when you're hungry, bro. When you're hungry, those colors, red and yellow, they stand out more. It's like some light,
That survival mode.
yeah, like survival mode. It's like psychological mode. Like if you see that color, it'll make you hungry. Supposedly, that's what I learned from my psychology. That's why if you see signs out here, they're always red or yellow, bro. Like the majority of them. Look at Jack in the Box and all these other ones. They're red or yellow, bro. Like yeah, bro. Like,
that's crazy.
It makes your like subconscious mind feel like you're hungry, bro. Like you see this color, man, I'm hungry, and I'm like Best Buy. That's why Best Buy, bro. It'd be blue and then yellow. Like they be fucking with you, bro.
They're just messing with your
Yeah, they're just messing.
your mind.
Yeah, and then like Ralph's, all these other like it's red, bro, and it's just like I don't know. Like it's some other random ass weird ass shit, but when I see these colors, I'm like, yeah, whatever, cause I know it, bro. But if people that are watching us and hearing us, thank you all for appreciating us. I like your, I like them, bro, cause they support us, bro.
That's
like,
a fact.
And then if you notice this, you already know something in your head that it's red or. Bro, look at that. Even your books, bro. It's one is red and one is yellow, bro. Karma is yellow and then death is red, bro.
Oh, like yeah, that
Just
makes sense.
it's all red
That's
and
crazy.
yellow, bro. I don't
Those
know
are like
why.
the very impactful colors.
Yeah, bro. Why is that? You know. And
you know what?
If you think about that, even our look at our stickers, bro.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. So with the logo, I remember years ago I made the logo, and I like those colors because it's very bright and it catches your attention, you know, and it's different. So I'm like, you know what, man? So I picked those bright colors because same thing that you're saying, man. It's like certain colors capture those attention, and those colors tie back into the chakras, bro. Because the chakra, the root chakra, the low chakra, it's not to say that it's the worst, but it's the most the physical one, like the one where you're like what has to do with sexuality, it's red. And then the one that has to do with pleasure, it's yellow. And then it keeps going up. It's green, and then the heart is green. It's like a green color, and then the throat, it's like a blue color. like a, and then the third eye is like an indigo violet color. But they all have a color associated, so it's a very interesting thing. But yeah, man, that's like, for whatever reason, Vietnam has a lot of interesting stories, and there's another story that I came across that has to do with spirituality too. Because there's a, I don't know if it's a myth, but with it, when it comes to Vietnam War, they said that there was these Native Americans that they, because Native Americans are very good at like the land and scouting and all this kind of stuff, and that they would they got them into these military contracts or whatever, special forces. I don't know if it was special forces or something, but they sent them to Vietnam basically, and they wanted them to do some kind of scouting or some shit. But the story goes that these guys are like the best at the navigation on land, bro. Like if you, a lot of the American special forces are like rooted in the Native American skill set. Like the way you track the land, the way you see from the footprints, you know, like if you look at a footprint, they could look at a footprint. They know if you're walking or they know if you're running. They know if you're going this way, they know you're going that way.
Direction, yeah.
Yeah, they know from the branches, like the way the branches, like where you walk, if it's broken, they know that you pass by. They know if you touch this branch, they know if you, like they can read the whole situation perfectly. So a lot of the old school United States military, they learned a lot from the Native Americans, especially the guerrilla warfare, like the snipers and all that kind of stuff.
That's true, bro. One of my friends, he's like a ranger, and they had like a training, and they would put him in the forest. And he said, I used to surf with this guy, bro. And he said like, oh, we're gonna put you guys all in the forest for, I don't know, maybe a week. You gotta survive, and you guys gotta know the details. Like if this guy's going this way, this guy's going that way. So they get, at even a week, bro, you're an expert, like on how to hunt someone down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like straight up like that, bro. Cause yeah, he told me, he's like, oh yeah, if you could tell by that step, bro. Like if they're in a panic mode, their step is more like, deeper. They're deeper because they're like scared, bro. So people got to watch out for that, bro.
The small details.
The small details,
they're like
give
really
it all.
In tune with the small details.
Exactly. Yeah.
But guess what? So this is what brought me to this story is that, so they got these Native Americans, right? They got them and they sent them to Vietnam to do these covert missions or the special operations. But what ended up happening was, so this is an interesting thing. They, to get them into the military, they cut their hair. But if you know about Native Americans, they don't cut their hair. So when they cut their hair, they got lost. So they got lost in all their operations because a lot of their fine-tuned skills, a lot of their intuition came from their hair receptors, like because they had long hair. Damn. So they're like, when they cut their hair, they're like, bro, like they were lost in the Vietnam forest. So they're
lost in the sauce.
Yeah, they were lost in the sauce. So that tells you a story, because if you look at the spirituality of the power of hair, the Native Americans all had long hair.
Damn, bro.
All the spiritual figures all had long hair. Jesus had long hair. Buddha had long hair. Prophet Muhammad, Muslims, they all had long hair, bro. But the first thing, any conquering force that comes into a new territory, the first thing to do is they shave their heads.
They shave their heads.
There you go. The first thing military. You do when you want to make somebody obedient, you shave their head. Think about it. When you want to make somebody obedient to what you're teaching them, you take them and you shave their head. Boom, you're another robot. Think about that, bro. So when they cut these Native Americans' hair, they said, bro, I was lost in the forest, bro. I lost all my skills, basically. All my fine-tuned intuition, I lost it. And so you got to realize, because if you think about it, you try to associate femininity with long hair, but it's not true. In history, a lot of masculine ties was associated with long hair, bro. Like even in the story of the Bible, there's a story called Samson and Delilah. And so you could look it up, whatever you want. But in a long story short, the second this guy cut his hair, he lost all his power. basically. So that's the story of the Bible. That's what it's teaching you. And what I'm saying is that this is a very interesting topic
Bro,
to go across, bro.
that is straight up 100 facts, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro. Because, yeah, man, I know, like, from the pictures of Jesus, bro, he had long hair.
Yeah.
And even Indians, like, I have friends that are, like, Native Americans, and they have long hair, bro. All of them do. And I have some friends that when they go to the military, first thing they got to do, you got to shave your head, bro. No matter what kind of hair you got, shave it off.
When they want to humiliate somebody, what's the first thing they do? They scalp them. They cut their fucking hair, bro. That's like humiliation. Think about that.
Damn, bro, you're going hot.
Just think about it, bro.
Right now, bro. You're like the liar right now, my boy. And it's also true, bro, because it's like the Iran shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, like, I think I sent you a video where, like, people they want to go to war and shit, right? And all these politicians, like, they always go for poor people, bro. Like, and you've been in high school way, like, they always recruit like people that probably don't have a dad or a mom. Maybe they do, but they come from the lower class, right? And they always try to be like, oh no, they always try to persuade them, like, oh, you're gonna get a good education, we're gonna pay for all your college, and you're gonna pay for all this and that. And then you feel like you think it's a good idea at that moment because you're like, man, I ain't got nobody, and who's gonna pay for my shit, right? And then after they get you, bro, after you're signed, a lot of people say, like, man, I will never go back again, bro. Because the first thing you do, like you said, bro, they shave your head, right? Mm-hmm. They shave your head. And then after that, I mean, I don't know if it's a humiliation thing, but they do make you feel like you don't belong anywhere, bro. It's just you belong with that group that you're assigned to. Basically. Not yourself, bro. Just that group, right? And if you get killed, all right, whatever. Next one. Like, these politicians out here be playing that game, bro. Like, these politicians that have all this money, why don't they send their kids to war, bro? It's always the poor people, bro.
That's a fact right there.
It's always the poor people, bro.
That's a fact right there, bro. You know?
It's always the people that
shit. It's all good. It's turned off anyways.
It's always these people that, like, supposedly are on the lower class, and they be man, that's why I told you it goes back to the music shit I've been listening to, bro. I used to be a punker. System of Down was one of my favorite, bro. Called the Prison Song, fool. Number 1 song, fool. The prison song. They all want you isolated inside the prison, and they want to keep you in that mindset of, like, if you're in a prison cell, you're never gonna come out as a normal dude ever again, bro. Because you're gonna be used by the system again. And they speak facts. And all these fools be thinking, like, oh, nah, I'm not gonna go back, bruh. That's just, they do it all just because of money, bro. Because if there was no money, why would they do it in the first place? Mm. Just like war, bro. I'm not picking on the U.S., bro, but I love the U.S., right? Because we have our shit, but freedom of speech is getting smaller and smaller almost every day that we're here, bro. But anyways, the U.S., bro, like, ain't no freedom of speech, bro, because nowadays you get fucking banned, you get arrested for saying some shit, bro. And I think it's like, I've seen so many videos, bro. I don't know if they're fake or not, but I've seen videos of, like, all these Latinos, they're getting arrested for what they stand for. And that's some bullshit right there, bro. That is no freedom of speech, bro. And everybody in the world thinks, like, oh yeah, like, you come to the U.S., you could say what you want. And now it's getting to the point where it's like, nah, bro, you can't say what you want because you're gonna get arrested, bro. You know, like, what you stand for. And even the video I sent you yesterday, bro, like, spending a day with a billionaire in California, he said the American dream is dying, bro. Is dying and is fading out crazy. And it's kind of sad because a lot of people come to America because they want a better life, bro. But now it's like the gap is getting closer and closer. what? It's gonna be the Mexican dream now, or what, bro? Like the Mexican dream, or the not even not or the what is it? Fucking Dubai dream, bro.
Mexico.
I don't even know, bro. These fools could be hating on that shit, but that's facts, bro. They know it too, and it hurts them in their asshole that they know that it's true, bro.
That's a fact.
But I mean, yeah. Thank you for all the opportunity, America. But what's up and down right now, bro? With Iran and all that bullshit, bro.
Yeah, it's a tough time, bro. It's a
tough time, bro. To be
well, what they're saying.
You know what? You know what, bro? If World War III starts, bro, I'm gonna start drinking every day. Fuck it. World War III, fuck it. I'm gonna die fucking drinking for fucking, bro.
Damn.
Fuck it, man. That's some bullshit though. But let's get it to the point, bro. Like these fools be playing too many games, bro. Like, fool, you're like, man, I can't wait to be Halloween. I can't wait till it's November, December. I'm gonna celebrate my family. ¿Cuál pinche family? No mames. These fools try to fucking kiss you all that fucking World War III in November for a family's day. Fuck your family's day, bro.
No way, bro.
Fuck it, we're all gonna die, bro. Fuck it, man. I look like fucking pigs, bro.
That's what they're saying, man. With the World War III stuff, yeah, bro, with Iran and all this kind of stuff. I mean, this past week has been going pretty hard. People have been talking about Iran. I think they say there's a lot of covert operations with Iran and this and that, and then that they're going to do a new type of attack on the U.S. or some shit. You have the National Guard all over all these cities and all this kind of stuff, bro. But
yeah.
I mean, who knows? Who really knows what they're planning, bro? Because the people who are in power, they already know everything that's going to happen, bro. Like,
they just want to get you scared, bro.
They just want to get people scared. They want to get people riled up. They want to put their shit in they want to put their plans in motion and all that
fear,
the fear in people's heart. But you know what? A good understanding that I came across was an old guy. This is somebody that like a friend of a friend, but they have a family member who's like 90, and they've already been alive through all the crazy shit like Great Depression, all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then they said basically like, well, like what's a good quote for you? Like what's a good advice? Like when people say the world's gonna end, all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, my whole life people said the world's gonna end the next day, but ultimately you just gotta keep following your own plan. So I think that's a good message to tell people, like
to follow your own plan.
People are gonna always say the world's gonna end the next day, but
that's true. Yeah,
you follow your plan that you have, bro.
Yeah, like people were saying, like, oh yeah, in 2000, year 2000, a comet's gonna come and it's gonna blow everybody up, and you're gonna die and shit, bro. And then people were scared. People supposedly kill themselves because of that, fool. And it's just like, man, just go with the flow, fool. Like, if you ain't got nothing to worry about, fuck it, bro. Just do it, bro. Just be safe, and man, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come, bro. If you're fucking drinking that shit, just imagine right now, bro. Like, we're talking about this podcast right now, and the next there's a fucking bomb that blows us up, fool. Fuck it, I'm dead, fool. What do you want me to do, bro? Fuck y'all, bro. Fuck y'all, bro. Like, all right, your country's gonna do the best you can to protect you, and not even that. They'd be like, you know what? It's Santa Ana, Garden Grove, man. Fuck these fools. Fuck them. If it's not Laguna Beach, then that's not a problem, bro. If it ain't Laguna Beach or Laguna Hills, we're all good, bro. Beverly Hills, man, ain't nothing happening. We didn't see anything, bro.
Damn, bro.
But
fact right there. What's some other topics you want to hit on before we end it off, bro? Let's see. So we got a few things go. Oh, so this is another topic I got on. Just for some of you knuckleheads that be listening to the podcast, bro. It's like because I'll be cutting like most of the people I know. Let's say, right. This is more so due to hygiene. They'll be cutting their nails, their fingernails, pretty often. But there's some fools that don't be cutting that shit.
God,
what do you think about that, bro?
They be dirty as fuck, bro.
So basically, that's the point right there, bro. Like, if you're a dude right now listening to this, we're gonna put you on some game, bro. You got to cut your fucking nails when that shit grows out, bro. That's a very simple thing in your life that we gotta tell you right now. Cut your fucking nails, dog.
That's the simplest thing you could do, bro. And when you talk to a chick, they be looking at your face, whatever, and then you hand them your phone, and they look at your nails, but like, God damn, this fool got longer nails than I do. Fool, with the fuck's wrong with this fool,
gray ass nails. No, mom. All right, so that's the number one topic I did all these idiots.
Oh,
people have been hitting us up. They want to know more about our background and this and that. But I think an interesting way to get into that is like what kind of what kind of likes and music you got into back in the day. What's something that you liked?
Damn, bro. Yeah. Man, music is a good topic, bro, because I remember when I was like 13, bro, I think that's when I started hearing more music. I started hearing like punk, metal, rock bands, bro, and I got really into it. I was lost in the sauce of that shit, bro, right? In that regards, right? And I started wearing black, bro, like black pants, a sweater, a black, and I had patches like AFI, Incubus, Penny, bro, like I had everything, bro. Like
all the brands,
all the punk, all the Sublime, the best, one of the best ones, bro. System of Down, bro.
Damn.
I had all the fucking the punk rock bands, bro. And then my mom be like she'd be looking at me. She's like, "Man, you doing drugs?" Like, nah, bro, I'm not doing nothing. I just like, cause I was a skater, bro.
Yeah,
that's what the skaters back then, they would listen to, like rock bands. Dude, when I would skateboard, I had like some headphones and I'd be like olling off like 6, 7, even 8 stairs, boy, off of that shit, bro. Like ollie off, bro. And great times back then. And then my brothers would follow me, bro. Like they'd be doing the same thing, bro. Kick flips, heel flips, ollie, all that bullshit, bro. Like, all the good stuff, shuffles and all the good tricks. But anyways, yeah, like that's what I would listen to when I was like all the way up to like almost senior way. And then senior, I had like different buddies they would listen to, like, oh man, you never listened to Tupac? They would have the Tupac shirt with the his face in the middle way. And then I was like, man, who is that clown? Like, why are you wearing this dude right here? And he's like, bro, you never hear this guy? I'm like, no, I never heard this fool. He was like, this guy's one of the icons out here, bro. And I'm like, what do you mean icon, man? This fool, I don't even know who he is, bro. Like, I'm into rock, bro. Like, bro, I had electric guitar. Like, I was all into it. I had a drum set. I had a bass. Like, I had everything, bro. I wanted to start a rock band, bro. That's how much I was into punk rock, I guess, rock, right? And then I got into it, and I think that's what I would hear when I was a wrestler. I would hear all that, bro, like rock music, because it would pump me the hell up, bro. And then one time, my grandpa came from Mexico way, and then we were in my room, bro. This fool was like hearing me play Metallica, bro. And then he was like, what are you listening to? I'm like, oh, I'm listening to, he's like, this is trash, basically. But like, I don't even understand everything. But he was Mexican.
Old shit, yeah,
the old school shit, bro. And then he was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what's up right now, bro. So he put he's like, all right. He put I don't know if it was his cassette or a radio station, but he put it on, and then he was like, I think it was like Tigres del Norte way. And he was like, this is real good music. And he started laughing. he started dancing, bro. And then I'm like, man, you know what? I'm going to give it a chance, because that kind of pumped me up too, bro, And then after that, in high school, I would it'd be a mixture. So it'd be rock and then like Mexican music. I'm like, you know what? I got to be proud of where I'm from, bro, Like that pumped me up too, you know.
That's a
And
fact.
then I would hear both of that, and to this day, I'm like all over the place, bro. I like all types of music. I'll be hearing everything, bro. Like reggae, Bob Marley, Vicente Fernandez way, Tupac, Biggie, not no Diddy shit.
No Diddy.
Yeah, like all the Hawaiians from
No R. Kelly shit.
Hawaii.
No Ignition. That
Yeah.
gives a remix to it.
Classical, anything you name it, bro. Like even sometimes country, bro. You know, I'll be listening to all their messages they be trying out, bro. But other than that, like, yeah, I'm all over the place, bro. And I feel like you could probably judge someone on the type of music they hear, bro. What kind of music do you hear, bro?
Well, I think so too. I think that there's a certain amount of people that they like. Their whole thing is like, oh, I listen to this type of music. This is my culture and this and that. But yeah, I agree, bro. My same thing. Ever since I was a kid, I would just listen to anything that sounded good. For me, anything that sounds good, that's something that I'll go to. And a lot of people don't understand that because a lot of people want either to listen to the most popular thing or they want to listen to the trendy
trends,
music.
Yeah.
But nah, bro. For me, a lot of times it also has to do with nostalgia. Like I like that old school party music from the Mexican parties back in the day, bro. I don't know if you guys have that experience, bro. But growing up, I had that experience. You know, when you are as a kid, bro, you're at a Mexican party and you sleep between those two plastic chairs. I don't know if you guys ever had that experience, but I had that a lot of times where I'm just like sitting there trying to go to sleep between two plastic chairs in a big party. And you just remember the music, bro, that's playing. And so you just naturally you're gonna listen to that shit.
Yeah, bro.
And that's what happens, bro. I'll be listening to that on my playlist. I'll be listening to that old party Mexican music, the cumbias, the
Romanticas,
salsas, the
way.
romanticas, all that kind of shit.
Bro.
Bro, it'll pop up on your playlist and you'll be like, damn, that takes me back to that time where I was sleeping right there in those plastic chairs, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's true for a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, it's like it reminds you, bro. Like you reminiscing about, like, man, I remember that song right there, bro. You know, it was on a sick ass one, and I remember like that
and
shit,
even
bro.
as a kid, you're just running around playing, and then you hear the song in the background, but you never think about it. But then you're like, you know what? I remember that song, and then you eventually come across it, and you're like, damn, I like that song.
Yeah, bro. And even if like you put like an old school song, bro, like 1930s, 1940s, romantica, cumbia, whatever. Like I'll be posting on my story, and then my aunt, like, you know, 30
Mexico?
years, yeah, in Mexico, 30 years. Like when they were younger, bro, they'd be like, I can't believe you listen to this shit. Like,
Damn,
I'm like, oh man, you don't know me, you know?
Yeah, it's a
like,
fact.
You don't know me. I love, man. I discover all this shit, man. You know?
Well, you got to think about it because in Mexico, nobody listens to old shit. Even here, bro. Even here, like all the younger generations, they don't listen to the old music from here. So in Mexico, they don't do that either. So we seem like we're like strange in a way.
Yeah.
But that's cool too because you know those movies like Goodfellas and Mean Streets and all those early Scorsese movies with the soundtracks, they have old Italian music, but at that time, that music was old to them in New York and East Coast. But to Italians in Italy, they wouldn't be listening to that shit. So they're like, bro, what kind of shit are you listening to? But they're just listening to the music of their environment, you know, what they grew up with.
What they grew up with, yeah.
And I think that's a cool, that makes a lot of sense because that's kind of how we are too, in a way. We listen to that old shit from our parents. And in Mexico, they listen to newer stuff that's more, they don't understand where we're coming from. They think we're like more outdated almost, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like we definitely, I mean, we grew up listening to all that good stuff, bro. But they feel like because we grew up in America, we're more white boys or whatever the fuck, bro, what it is, you know? And they probably like, oh, man, they don't know nothing about this. And like, man, you got it mistaken, bro. Like, we love our shit, bro. Like, you know, like people, it just pops up in the algorithm, bro. Like, that's our personality, our type of music, bro. And every time it just pops up, like, you get more addicted to it. You like, you hear it, and I'm like, man, I want to hear a band that did the same thing, right?
Man,
and you be playing like create my list, like create a different list about the same genre, right? Like the same music, bro. And then yeah, bro, it's like good at shit, my boy. You know, like I love that shit, bro. Like, cause it takes you back, you know, back in the good old days. Cause nowadays it's like music is like we talked about it in the bro. That shit's trash as fuck, bro. Like,
yeah, nowadays is
bro. Like I be at the gym and they be playing like Sexy Red or some fucking ghetto ass black girl fucking bullshit music, bro. Like, just trying to fucking like. Yeah, all this shit, like, man, ain't shit. I'm like, God damn, these people be
trash,
hype
bro.
on this shit. I'm like, how the fuck you get hyped to this shit, bro? But I guess girls probably get hyped, you know. But I'll be listening to this. I'm like, man, I gotta put my earbuds on and listen to my music because this shit's trash, bro.
It is trash, bro.
I mean, like they said, bro, like, and too, bro, like, if you listen to like romanticas, like back in like 1930s, 1950s, bro, it makes you feel like some type of way, bro. Like, man. I want to get a chick, like I want to feel in love again,
you
like that. You know, you want to get that vibe, bro. Like how they gave that emotion out, bro. You could feel that emotion, like man, they really wanted that person, you know, that girl that will fulfill their life, bro. And it's just like you feel that, and you're like, man, it'd be good to have that, right? But then you'd be cooking and you'd be like listening to it, and you'd be getting chills on your fucking skin, but you're like. Man, you know what? Man, that would be nice to have that, but I don't know about right now. But like all these chicks would be crazy as fuck. But yeah, bro, good ass times though.
Damn, bro, that makes a lot of sense too, man. That's interesting times, and music is obviously a very powerful tool. We already talked about it before on the earlier podcast. If you guys tuned into those, but we talk about like, man, music is a very powerful way to get into your mind, and you got to be careful with what you listen to. Because a lot of stuff I was listening to when I was early 20s, let's say, man, that shit, I can't even listen to that nowadays, bro. I used to listen to a lot of rap, trap, and all that shit. I'm like, nowadays I look at it, I'm like, God damn, bro, that's some straight brainwashing shit, bro. And then you see all these people posting like, oh yeah, bro, this is the sound of LA. This is the sound of California. Well, that shit is trash, bro. That shit is the worst fucking music you ever come across, bro. Like, this is trash, man. Like, be careful what you listen to, bro. Straight up like that. But
that is true, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, the lyrics are trash. The beat might be decent, but it's just like
it's low
quality trash. And it's like, man,
it's getting worse and more worse.
It's getting worse every fucking generation. But yeah, bro, this was a good episode, and we're just gonna end it off on some good notes, man. We thank you for listening to us, and yeah, every episode we do a little bit different. We got a little different equipment and things that we do, but we appreciate you tuning in. You should follow us on IG and Instagram and all that kind of shit. We're getting some good views. I mean, a lot of different type of questions we haven't answered, but
we'll get to that in the later episodes.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. Do you have anything that anybody's asked you lately that you remember or not?
I think one was what's your if you had the last gym equipment way?
Oh, okay,
that's one I remember. Like someone asked me that.
Somebody
like,
asked you
if you had
what's your last
before if World War III ain't gonna pop off.
Oh, that's a fact, bro. We haven't even talked about the World War III shit, but we'll you know what? By the time we get back next week, we'll have a lot more
details in that. Yeah, but
with this World War III shit, man, you already know where we stand, bro. We already know this shit all made up. You already know they've been planning this for a long time.
They're trying to get you to be scared of something
and think about it, bro.
What is it?
The Trump Epstein shit, the Trump and Epstein files. They haven't even talked about it for how long, bro? That was only in the news for one day, and then you have all this distraction.
Just went off. Yeah, I mean,
it's all a big, it's all a big show. Scheme. It's all a big lie. But we'll see what happens. But definitely, you know, if you're a young person, a young guy, a young woman. Bro, don't fall for that bullshit.
Yeah, think for yourself, because it's there. It's like they just wanted to get more scared and separate you way more. And like I said it in the last episode, they're just they're making a great game plan right now. It's a great game plan because I've seen so many videos. We're more divided than ever, bro. We're so divided right now. Like people just hate each other just because if you just say something about another political party, bro. They hate you right away. You're like, oh, no, you're wrong.
That's a fact.
Fuck that. You're wrong, fool. You know? and it's just like we can't articulate anymore on like the real facts. Like, hey, this was doing this and that, and this is how it is, and nope. And now it's just like closed-minded. You talk about this, nope, I'm not with you, you know? So that's the sad part too, because you want to hear people's opinions. You want to hear what they have to say, because it's always good to hear another side of how you don't think of the other side that people do think, bro. Like on the other side of their realm, right? You're because you're never always right. You're never right, bro. You're not a perfect person. You're always gonna be wrong. In some cases, you're never right. And it goes hand in hand, right? So you always want to have a perspective on the other side of the eyeball of the things that you're not thinking about. That's why we want to. It's like a big brother shit. You want to bring out like the larger scale picture of things that you don't talk about, things that you're not looking into, and when you talk of that, you talk and you see, you hear or you see their sense of like brain, their the brain cells or whatever the fuck they're talking about, their opinions. Then you understand. All right, maybe I could learn a little bit from this, and that'll open up your eye, bro. That opens up your third eye, bro. Instead of open up your third ass, bro. Your ass up, bro. Like all these bitches in OnlyFans, bro. They be fucking like crazy,
your
my
third
boy.
Ass.
Yeah, your third ass, bro. Your asshole, bro, right there. They be nowadays bitches like be on OnlyFans, and like we talked about, guys be on the girls be on OnlyFans, and dudes be on their managers on OnlyFans, bro. And that's all Miami shit too. And that's a fact right there. You could fact check me on that. Maybe probably LA too, but we don't associate with them, bro. But
damn, that's a fact.
That's it right there though. But
yeah, man.
But yeah, thank you all for following us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify. We appreciate you really good and really well. I love y'all. Thank you guys for especially the haters that be commenting.
Bro, stay commenting on every video that we have, but man,
keep having my dick in your mouth, bro. Nah, just kidding, bro. You can bleep that out, bro. But thank you guys for tuning in and always commenting on that. And all the haters, keep coming because we love it. I don't read your shit, so write an essay, a novel on any fucking video we put.
Do what you guys do.
We love it. Do what make you feel good, right? And if you want, do a fucking podcast too, bro, because we don't be hating, but but you do your shit, my boy. Do what you want to do, what makes you feel good. And for all the people, our day ones, bro, we got something coming for you in the future.
Yeah, we got more coming, bro. So yeah, we definitely got more coming. Stay tuned. Thank you for listening to this episode. We'll have more heat for you next week, man. For sure.
Yep, that's for damn sure. For damn sure, my boy.
All right, bro. Take care.
All right. Take care. Peace, everybody. A la verga.